Hey, happy Saturday. Simply Me Saturday. It's time for me to get a bigger cup. So what do I mean by that? You know, I'm so blessed and I have such an amazing life, and I've worked really hard over the last few years to really expand my capacity to hold those blessings and to really be able to step up and step out and be more of who I am, and to really feel like I'm my own fountain, like I'm able to just really be the light in the change in the world that I want to see. So that has been an incredible journey. I've loved every bit of it. I love every single day of my life, and I always have, but I'm living it more than just watching it, you know. I've talked about that a lot. And I've always known, because I know that life isn't like you arrive and stop. It's always progression. I've always known that I would have a moment or a time where it would be time again to push. So I have a few analogies, because I speak in metaphors. I have a few analogies. The first one is, you know, if I'm at a place where I'm feeling stuck maybe, or like there's more, and I'm doing everything that I know to do, and I'm still not able to really move forward or to receive more of what I'm going for. What I've learned to realize is that it's because I need to get a bigger cup. My cup is completely full, and I'm not regretting. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I love it. And if I really want to move closer toward who I am meant to be and to continue to progress in this life, it's time for me to get a bigger cup. So that means that it's time for me to push myself and to really get intentional again about paying attention to the places that I hold myself stuck, and to do the work to move past those. And it's an exciting feeling for me, because I recognize what it means and I know what comes after it, and at the same time it's really hard. It's scary, it's emotional, right? If you've ever felt that feeling, you know what I'm talking about. And I related a little bit to, it's interesting to me how my body goes through my emotional journey with me. It's something I never realized before, but it's been so apparent to me. And I've had this bum knee for now 10 years, and I've really been working hard lately to move past it and to get it recuperated and rehabilitated in the right way, so that it can continue to function for me, to do all the things that I want to do in my life. I'm not ready to be done being active when I just realized how much I enjoy it. So I went to a new chiropractor who is brilliant, and he, together with my trainer, who is also brilliant, they've decided that the nerves in my knee, or the muscles around my knee, are not communicating with the rest of the muscles. So what he says was, your muscles are strong, the skeletal structure is strong, it's just the communication between your nerves and your muscles and your structure is not happening. So what we need to do is break that all down. So to work it in a certain way, to break it down, to tear it to pieces, I guess, and then push it hard to build it back up. And as excited as I am to have it be repaired and to heal properly, it scares me, because, you know, hard things are hard. So it's the same thing that's going on with me emotionally. I know that there's things that I want, and they aren't things that I feel necessarily free to speak about, because it doesn't just concern me. When there's other people involved, it's not my story completely to share. But there are things that I'm desiring. I want, more closeness in relationships and different things like that. There's different areas of my life that have been feeling stuck in. And in order to allow myself to do those things, I need to break down my neural comfort zone even more than I have been doing. So the comfort zone steps that I've been working through over the past few years have been awesome, and they've been more external. And so now I've gotten to the center of the Tootsie Pop, you know. So I've got those neurons now in the center of everything that are fighting the change, and they're fighting the breaking down of that comfort zone, because they are used to functioning in a certain way. I'm used to being comfortable in certain, conversations and certain feelings, and I have habits on how I respond to different things, and it's holding me back. So it's time for me to, like my knee and my muscles and my nerves there, it's time for me to break down those neural networks and to do things that are hard, and to break down and then push hard to the next level. And it's time for me to get a bigger cup, right? So I can hold more and maybe have more capacity. So part of what I want to do with that is I've been feeling for a while that it's time for me to do another 100-day challenge, and I'm not exactly sure what to have it be. I've been discussing it with my coach a little bit, and part of my goal includes radiance, being radiant at all times, and it's got more meaning to it than it sounds. So we were thinking 100 days of radiance, and I'm not really sure how to do that for 100 days, like in an active way that I could do videos about. So I'm looking for suggestions. 100 days of intentional radiance, 100 days of intention, 100 days of breaking down, 100 days of pushing it. I don't know exactly, or maybe there's something completely different than what I mentioned that would work. So I'm looking for suggestions, and I'll also be thinking and continuing to discuss it with my coach. 100 days works for me really well, because the first 30 days I'm creating a new habit, and then for the next 60 days I solidify that habit so that it becomes a part of who I am, instead of something that's still volatile to failing if it gets hard. So 100 days really works for me, and I really love doing the 100-day challenges that I've done so far, and I've been missing that in my life, and I just wasn't sure what to do, and now I know it's time. So help me figure out my next 100 days, all right, Stacy? And 100 days of complete realness. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty real. 100 days of open conversation, 100 days, I don't know, 100 days of openness, whatever. And I want to be able to still do it on video, so maybe I'll use my knee as a metaphor for everything else, and 100 days of breaking down and pushing my knee, and equating that to different things in my emotional neural net. I don't know. Anyway, I'm open to suggestions. Thanks for listening. Happy Simply Me Saturday, and I will see you all next week. Bye. If not sooner, or maybe sooner if I start my 100 days before then. All right. Bye.